Welcome to this week's episode of WEBN Sports. I'm Anthony Ciano.
And I'm Daniel Lipoff. Let's get right into today's top stories in the sports world.
The University of Florida Gators took home the title of 2025 March Madness champions in a close game last night. The final game score was 65-63 against the University of Houston Cougars. This victory marks the Gators' third title in their NCAA history. The first half of the game started with the Cougars dominating the Gators, leaving them with the lowest scoring first half of a championship game since 2011. The Gators ultimately came back during the second half, leaving a thin margin between the scores.
UConn won the Women's March Madness bracket, so let's take a look at the highlights. The stage was set in Tampa for the championship. Now, Chloe Kitts, she's going to start off with a nice jumper. The game was pretty close in the first. Now, Ozzie Fudd's going to get the jumper and the and one. Now, a little later, Don Staley's not happy about that call. Sensation, Sarah Strong is going to get that deep three. Beautiful shot. And then Paige Buckers is going to get it in with the and one as well. Now, Paige Buckers is going to check out for the last time in her career after everything she's been through. And UConn will lift the 12th banner for history. This win means that UConn will bring the record-breaking 12th banner back to Storrs, Connecticut. Ozzie Fudd won Most Valuable Player in the final, scoring 24 points. Freshman Sarah Strong finished with 24 points as well, and senior Paige Buckers finished with 17. But her job is not done yet. She's expected to be drafted first overall in the WNBA draft in 1 week. Former Villanova star and March Madness champion Chris Jenkins is suing the NCAA for limited pay while he was in college. Jenkins is most known for his buzzer beater shot to win the tournament in 2016 against UNC. Per the lawsuit, Jenkins seeks the compensation that he would have received not only playing at Nova, but also using his name, image, and likeness in social media appearances, promotions, and more.
The Boston Celtics took home their 16th season win Sunday night after facing the Washington Wizards. The win marks a 16 out of 18 win streak. The Wizards were down a few players, including Marcus Smart, as 6 players were listed as inactive and an additional 4 were rested. The final game score was 124-90, with Luke Cornett scoring 13 points total and Al Horford totaling 11.
Cavs' Donovan Mitchell will sit out tonight after spraining his ankle in the second half of Sunday's game against Sacramento Kings. Mitchell stepped on the foot of the Kings' Keon Ellis near midcourt before losing his balance and rolling his left ankle. Mitchell was then taken to locker room in visible pain. With more news on the NBA, we have our NBA correspondent, Lorena Rivera.
Michigan State freshman Jace Richardson is set to enter the 2025 NBA draft. Richardson was named the Big Ten's All-Freshman team, averaging 12.1 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.9 assists per game. Richardson follows the footsteps of his father, Jason Richardson, who was a number 5 pick in the 2001 draft, followed by a 13-year-long NBA career. The Denver Nuggets fired head coach Malcolm Malone today, along with general manager Colvin Booth. David Alderman, the Nuggets' lead assistant, will take over as the head coach for the remainder of the season. Malone had 10 seasons with the team and led them to their lone championship 2 years ago. Luka Doncic had 30 points in the Lakers' win against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday. Austin Reeves scored 20 points, followed by LeBron, who added 19. So Gilgeous-Alexander scored 26 points in the loss. The Thunder face the Lakers tonight in what could be a playoff preview. That's all for the NBA. Back to you at the desk.
We'll be right back after this short break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to WEBN Sports.
Red Sox catcher Connor Wong fractured his left pinky in the top of the second inning of yesterday's 6-2 loss against the Blue Jays. Manager Alex Cora said Wong stayed in the game for a bit longer, but was then placed by Carlos Narvaez. Cora said that Wong will head to the injured list, but it is not known how long he will be out for.
President Donald Trump welcomed the reigning World Series champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, to the White House yesterday to congratulate their win last season. Team manager Dave Roberts called the event a huge honor that every World Series champion should get to experience. Roberts assured that a discussion about not tending the White House was not in consideration.
For everything MLB, we've got our MLB correspondent, Chloe Fadem.
Thanks, Daniel. The Toronto Blue Jays have agreed to a 14-year, $500 million contract extension with first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This is the largest deal in Blue Jays history, far exceeding George Springer's 6-year, $150 million deal from 2021. This deal also marks the third largest in MLB history after Shohei Ohtani's deal with the Dodgers and Juan Soto's deal with the Mets. Guerrero joined the Blue Jays in 2019 as their #1 prospect and has excelled in the organization since. The Boston Red Sox started their home season off strong, sweeping the St. Louis Cardinals by 3 games this weekend. The series started off with the Red Sox home opener on Friday, in which they won 13-9. The team had an incredible first inning with an RBI from Alex Bregman, a 3-run homer from Trevor Story, and a home run from Wilyer Abreu. The team kept their momentum going over the next 8 innings, securing the win. When talked to after, Alex Bregman said, quote, "The energy was in the ballpark." The Red Sox then played 2 games on Sunday, winning the first 5-4 and the second 18-7. The team scored multiple runs in almost every inning, coming away with the wins. Chicago Cubs outfielder Ian Happ celebrated his 1,000th Major League game on Saturday. He is the 32nd player in Cubs history to reach this milestone and only the 8th active player to reach it with a single team. As he stepped up to bat, fans at Wrigley Field gave him a well-deserved standing ovation. Happ was drafted by the Cubs in 2015 and had his Major League debut in 2017. Since then, he has become a vital part of the Cubs organization. When interviewed after, Happ said, quote, "To have 1,000 games in this uniform, in this city, it means a lot." He ended his interview by saying, quote, "I'm so proud to be a Cub." After the game, Happ was given a jersey with the number 1,000 on the back, signed by the entire team. Back to you at the desk.
Opening day at Fenway Park is a day that all Bostonians have marked in their calendars. Emily Mole went to Fenway to see what was happening.
For baseball fans here in Boston, today marks the most exciting day of the year. I am here at Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox will be hosting their home opener game against the St. Louis Cardinals.
So please don't take my sunshine, but it's out all day today. Go Sox!
The Red Sox are looking to start strong after a busy offseason. With new additions to the roster and a hungry lineup, expectations are high. And what better way to begin than against the Cardinals, a classic interleague rivalry with history dating back to the 2004 World Series. No matter what, fans stay optimistic.
Every season is always different. It always brings something magical.
The Red Sox are hoping to bounce back from a tough season and reestablish themselves among the league's elite. This weekend, they will play 3 games against the Cardinals and will stay at Fenway to face the Toronto Blue Jays Monday night at 6:45.
So the best thing that could happen today, back home, first home game, Devers hitting a home run. I do have next month's rent on it.
The energy here is electric, fans are super excited, and Fenway Park is packed, and the Boston Red Sox are ready to deliver. From Fenway Park and from WEBN, I'm Emily Mole.
The Red Sox swept their series against the Cardinals. Let's see how they faced against the Blue Jays.
And away we go tonight.
Here we have Richard Fitz pitching and Bo Bichette, the Blue Jay batter. Oh, and then Rafael Devers. He catches it in the outfield, running straight into the wall. That ball was going 97 miles per hour, and he did not stop at anything. Devers caught it even with a face into the wall. That shows the commitment of the Red Sox as we head into this new series at Fenway Park and for the MLB. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back. The Utah Hockey Club announced Monday night that they will be opening a new training facility by September. The facility will total around 116,000 feet total and will feature state-of-the-art facilities. These will include 2 ice sheets, a dining center, and even a medical center. The facility is expected to be open to the public by next January. For all the news on NHL, we have our NHL correspondent, Anderson Free.
That's right. Capitals forward Alexander Ovechkin has finally scored his 895th goal, passing Wayne Gretzky as the NHL's all-time goal scorer. Ovechkin broke this historic mark on Sunday as he scored the only goal for his team in a 4-1 loss against the New York Islanders. The 3-time Hart winner broke Gretzky's record within the same amount of games that Gretzky himself played throughout his entire career, being 1,487 games. Alex now stands just 5 goals short of reaching the 900-goal milestone. Ovechkin and the Capitals will take on the Carolina Hurricanes this Thursday at Capital One Arena. The Boston Bruins were officially eliminated from playoff contention last Saturday, despite picking up a 5-1 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. This marks the first time the Bruins have failed to make the postseason since 2016, where they were eliminated on the final day of the season to the Ottawa Senators. With 4 games remaining in the regular season, this also marks the earliest the team has been eliminated since 2007. Currently, the Bruins sit at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. The Toronto Maple Leafs have clinched a playoff spot for the 9th consecutive season. They were able to lock in a spot on Wednesday as they defeated their division rival and defending Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers, 3-2. Currently, Toronto leads the Atlantic Division ahead of both the Lightning and the Panthers. Toronto will try to hold on to their division lead as they take on the Panthers in a rematch tonight. That's all I have for NHL this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
The 2025 NFL Draft is less than a month away. Mel Kiper recently released his mock draft 2.0 and had Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders dropping to the 9th pick to the Saints. On First Take this morning, he quoted his arm strength, height, size, and not participating in on-field activity during the 2025 NFL Combine.
Former Formula One Academy champion Marta Garcia has been released from the hospital following her crash on Saturday. The crash took place when Garcia made contact with a Ferrari car at the Le Mans Cup in Barcelona, Spain. Garcia was leading Saturday's race up until her Porsche slammed into the Ferrari, leading her to smash into the track barriers at high speed, catching the car on fire. Garcia took to Instagram to state that the crash was, quote, "one of the toughest moments in my career."
Lionel Messi scored his 40th goal in MLS play against the Toronto FC. The goal on Sunday was a left-footed volley about 5 minutes into the first half stoppage time. This goal tied the game as Inter Miami was down 1. The game ended in a draw, just their second of the season. Miami will face off against LAFC tomorrow at 8 p.m.
With the 2025 Sixth World Cup fast approaching, the pressure is on for countries to qualify before all 48 competition slots are taken. So far, 7 countries have qualified, leaving 41 slots left. Canada, Mexico, and the United States were the first 3 nations to qualify, as these countries are hosting the World Cup. Iran, New Zealand, and Argentina are the latest 4, along with Japan, to qualify for the Cup following their regional championship wins. The final roster of the 48 countries will be revealed before the end of 2025. Thank you for watching today's episode of WEBN Sports. Tune in next week for another episode.
Have a great night.